We don't need too much of a formal intro. Salutations, class, and welcome back. We're going to be beating 5 BC this time. I absolutely swear it is going to happen. We got very close the last 2 times, and unfortunately had a couple of irresponsible actions, but I have since then prepared to return. We don't need to set this up too much. Y'all know what Dead Cells is. Ah, lovely! Hope you have a good moment of dinner and a show, Taco. Let me actually check that out. I'd like to see that post. Ooh. It is indeed taco time. On the double. How you doing this evening? I do love me a seismic strike. Alright, you all know the rules. We have to be responsible. If we get on low health, no attempting to be cool about it, we'll use the flask. Just a good chance to relax. I'm glad to hear that. I've been a little sleepy today, so in all of my spare time, I've mostly been spending that relaxing. Although I have gotten in a lot of practice with this game over the course of the past few weeks. Overall, been a lot more responsible with how I handle the game. Although, maybe fighting 2 Demolishers and a Ravager right there isn't the best idea. Since we are on the highest difficulty, we will have to be a lot more responsible with how we kite our enemies. They teleport after us, which is something we can actually use to our advantage. And things will inevitably get better once we have the equipment to support us. Right now, though, it didn't look like we rolled too much to begin with. Sure, we had the size— Ah! Just what I was hoping for. Now, one thing we can do— Oh, and there's another survival-based weapon right there. So I think we can start with Heart of Ice as the first mutation we get. That pairs incredibly well with the Seismic Strike and basically lets us get a much shorter cooldown on our weapons. Basically all the time. We can also focus on restoring our health with the Necromancy perk, which will let us afford to make some mistakes. And if you're not constantly hinging on the fact that you can't make one, you can relax and play a bit more optimally. When we get to our own game dev project, that's something I'm going to try to hammer into the player. That you shouldn't try to focus on not taking damage, but optimizing all the times that you do take damage and trying to get the most out of your interactions with your opponent. In other words, focus on remaining calm, keeping your DI responsible, so on and so forth. You can rob a match a lot more easily if you stay calm. I fought a few friends who, once they're, at about 10% health, and I'm on 90 or whatever, they focus their game plan on entirely preventing me from getting perfect, which is a very poor way to play. Welcome to Usagi and James as well. Been trying to make movesets work a bit better on the game. Actually had a bit of time to work on programming it earlier. Bonus damage to rooted targets on that lightning. What I want to try is getting a, acrobatic pack build working. Something that would use the boy's axe in conjunction with, say— Oh, this is a very bad position. There we go. And we got him! Oh, hello. Someone's obviously a fan of Half-Life 2. Poison is the enemy. Bonus damage to a bleeding target. And extra damage for hits in the back. Well, we're not gonna need the second one, but I am thinking... Let's see, compare that with the potential DPS we'd have of this, and... potentially, it could be a lot stronger. I almost want to try that more than the seismic strike. Why not? We will keep the flint, however, as that is one of the most effective weapons we can use. Now, if we can find an emergency door in the skill shop, that actually opens up a lot of opportunities for us. So instead, now we will change priorities a little bit. Remember that we do have redeems for choosing the next biome, as well as choosing what build I'd use. Choosing what build I use is preferred for the beginning of a run, not middle of one. Did we score our 30 KOs? No, we did not. Why not? Buying the golden outfits would be pretty fun. We don't have much in the way of money to buy any upgrades, so... Given that we're not using the seismic strike, we can't really get much use out of Heart of Ice. So... go for Necromancy, just in case. We have the bonus damage versus a bleeding target, which means we could actually pick that out of the, Brutality tree. But given the potential damage we have off this weapon, I don't think we're going to need more than, say, 2 hits. Luckily, our Greed Shield helps us make up for that money deficiency we have. Let's go ahead and use that as soon as possible. Ooh, I never use that shield, but I'd like to get accustomed to it. Oh, you know what we could also do? There's a few perks you get out of the boss rush mode. One of them can guarantee you a legendary item, which could potentially be strong since I know a few of the best legendary items for us to find. The Frantic Sword, for example, is probably my favorite. Very unique effect on that one. Every time you strike with it, you refill 1% of your HP, but only up to 50% total. The greatly increased damage for hits in the back here means we probably... Actually... now that I think about it, the crowbar would have been a perfect weapon to pair with the, seismic strike, because we could slip behind an enemy and root them. We might have to go pick another one up. That would actually be better than the flint. Oh, when hitting bestial enemies, they did upgrade it. I wonder what counts as a bestial enemy. Because I wondered why it was getting so many crit sounds. Okay, so it looks like it has that effect on the worms? Question mark. Maybe trying to go for that fight wasn't the best idea. No matter what, I guess that, crowbar wasn't going to help us very much. Welcome back, Zarf! Hello again to you and all of your crew. How y'all doing? We actually just died after attempting to make use of a legendary crowbar, but I don't think that was going anywhere. Ooh, wait. We do have redeems if y'all wanted to force me into a, specific stat to build or to force me down a specific route. And welcome back, Coral. Parry that. Wave of Denial is excellent for utility, so we will drop the Sinew Slicer. Huh, sounds like everyone's having some trouble. Hope it works for me later this evening. Oh, punishment. Where would I be without you? One of my friends messaged me lately about how, he's been trying to load YouTube videos and it keeps signing him out. I guess the, two streamer websites are trying to update a bunch of their stuff so that they can keep in competition with each other. One, two, three, four, five. Hello to whoever I assume was a follower or a raid. Already? Well, we do have room in the backpack. Why not do the funny meme weapon? YouTube changed login to require two-factor authentication. Looks like everyone's doing a lot of updates. And welcome, Nanotyrannus. To any of y'all who might be here from Zarf's side, and or possibly from Coral. If you haven't met me yet, my name is Xander Turing, and I am a Professor VTuber. I play a lot of roguelikes, fighting games, and on Mondays, Pokemon. Next week, actually, to go ahead and bridge that gap between the roguelikes and Pokemon, we will be starting our run of Explorers of Sky, Mystery Dungeon, for those who don't know. Dead Cells is my all-time favorite game, and I still haven't beaten it on 5BC on stream yet. I've done it plenty of times on my off-stream account, but here, I'm trying to show everyone just what makes this game so special. Okay, actually, I think we're on something with this. And we have not yet picked up a scroll. I wonder if this would be a good time to reroute into a, tactics build. Which, yes, we can do whatever we want with a legendary boomerang. However, tactics does give us the perks that work with it. Yeah, Explorers of, Time is the version I had. And that was an absolutely wonderful game. Actually, why don't we keep with the survival build? Since later on we'll probably end up going to a survival weapon regardless. And that way, we can keep a, very large amount of HP. I need to check my, off-stream profile to see how many runs I have. I know it can't be 500, I think it was 500 last time I checked, but that would be a long time ago I paid attention to that statistic. 5BC is rough, though. But they do add, with all the new updates, more routes to get there. I actually found a legendary Frantic Sword again since the last time I played this on stream, and that was also another win. If you really want to just be able to face tank everything, you can try to use Wish to guarantee yourself a legendary Frantic Sword, and build for survival. Alright, just grab myself a little bite to eat over here. Wrong shrine. And dilapidated arboretum actually has a lot of horizontal ground we can cover. Ah, yes, the ever so infamous posthumous boomerang weapon. Yeah, the cleavers are an issue. You say kamikaze bat. What level were you on? I've actually taken to avoiding the bank personally. I've decided to try to take this game a bit more seriously as a roguelike and evaluate my risks a lot more responsibly. I pretty much never route to Sepulchre. That's another stage I never see anymore. I'm always doing, the shores or the cavern these days. I wish this game had more of an incentive to pick the different routes. We don't need to upgrade the punishment because inevitably we will replace it with a rampart. Ammo mutation doesn't apply to this item, so no 4 boomerangs. Do we have any slow effects on it? No. I don't think we need to try to fish for a burning oil synergy. Stunned damage will work. Used to go through graveyard and cavern. I did that for a while too. Isn't that the route that gives you the most scroll fragments? Yeah, now I also try to route into fractured shrines for the guaranteed legendary. I don't really think there's anything we need out of the top here, so when all else fails, always go for no mercy. Sanctuary has a bit more. Appropriate, since it is, in my opinion, hardest level in the game because of those damn golems. Oh, looks like the boomerang actually sets up for a pretty nice bit of, no mercy kill. I think it's funny that some of the legendary weapons just outright have, doubles your potential damage output as their effect. And then, for like, the loot, we just get, oh yeah, sets the target on fire. Which is funny, don't get me wrong, but not a particularly powerful effect. So, they're too short to be hit by the boomerangs. I see how it is. Oh. Funny, but no. If we were starting on a tactics build, that would actually be pretty incredible. Gloves, a pitchfork. Maybe a courtier tried their hand at gardening. No. You wouldn't find one that would sit on such a shabby piece of furniture. Or wear this outfit. It seems the gardener had his entrances into the palace too. Varnished wood, satin pillows, a bunch of leather-bound books. I wonder which noble had their personal garden here. And we still got a little bit of wheeziness going down underneath. I have a feeling that's just going to be an outfit. But fine. We do want to try to go for completionist as much as possible. Oh! Never mind, that's actually one of my favorite weapons. I want to try making an effective vampirism build with it. Apparently can't seek your previous VOD. Which is being weird today, isn't it? Hope everything's okay. Actually had some, weird issues with publishing my VODs last night. Okay, boomerang's a nice idea, actually. Oh, parried too early. Sometimes that slowdown really messes with me. Apparently, the boomerang doesn't have that bad of a breach effect either. We'll want to keep that wave of denial, especially if we go through the... or, not if, when we go through the prison depths. It's one of the best defenses against the hammers. Give him a good old-fashioned Sparta kick, even though that wasn't with the sandals. Got a little bit more down here, and I think that's just the route to the prison depths. There might be a goodie or two to find down here, though. And now for the other half. Not a bad idea, but we do already have a shield, and I prefer using a shield to using the cocoon. One of these days, though, I might do a crossbow build with it. We will save that just in case we take a little bit more damage out here. We are still pretty reliably seeing that executed notification, so we at least know that No Mercy is working. Like there. Apparently it reaches just the right amount of damage on the big guys. And Rampart. Always pick Rampart. Especially on 5BC. Zarf, you mentioned you were a shield user. Which one would be your favorite? Ooh, cute little guy, but we have no use for him. Although he is one of the less disruptive pets. It's a shame that the Mushroom Boy isn't really that good of a tool. He's very disruptive, and in fact, with the fact that he, always knocks your opponents around, I feel like he would have been better for tactics rather than survival. Sure, he is the slowest and hard-hitting of the pets, but the fact that he, bumps a lot of your enemies out of the way can prevent you from landing a few key parries. So he doesn't actually synergize very well with a survival build. What is it, Scrunko? What's on your mind? Where is he? I will post on YouTube, Kayla. I'm feeling productive today, so I might do a little bit of stream maintenance. Also, I haven't uploaded a VOD on YouTube for yesterday or the day before, so it's been a bit of a while since our previous VOD. What? 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 I gave you your food. What, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? The sickles are nice, and I think we can actually afford to keep them. Yeah, Scrunko is here. And apparently, he just wanted attention, because now he's laying down on my chest. I'll be seeing you around, Kayla. Oh, okay, hold on. He is being loud. Let me go ahead and turn off that voice filter. Or noise suppression, more accurately. Welcome to the Xander Turing purring. Wait, no. That's a brilliant pun. Would this be the Xander purring stream? Well, no, I can't hear him anymore. Turn the mic gain back down, and we will be on our business. Boomerang and Rampart should be just fine for a while, so you don't need to focus on any other weapons for a bit. You're such a little scrimblow. Scarecrow Sickle is nice, since we are going to be mostly focusing on trying to get damage out at range. The Owl is actually one of our better options here. If we were fighting up close and personal, no. And entirely on the fact that it also will disrupt a lot of your parry attempts. You know, we can go ahead and try to keep that shield to the end of the game. A Rampart that freezes is nothing to scoff at. Let's see, we don't have any freeze effects. It doesn't synergize with our build, but the very small amount of bonus damage from Tranquility isn't that bad of an idea. Especially since we don't really need to be synergizing with any of our mainline stats. Not quite yet. We'll rebuild into something non-boomerang related once we, well, probably beat the first boss. You're just a little scrimblow bimble, ain't ya? Alright, don't nuzzle my hand. I need to be able to reach the controller. Don't need that wave of denial, since we'll mostly be focusing on, trying to prevent damage taken. Not a bad idea. Could you not bump the mic? You're just a little devil, aren't you? You're just a little devil. Also, the owl makes sure to get any of the kamikazes, which are one of our #1 targets. Okay, you get to go away. Ah, yes, Avid, there are, I think, 4 pets in this game. Here's why we picked up the Wave of Denial. Point blank would have actually been a better idea. Possibly. There's a lot of times we'll be right up in someone's face. Oh, my owl died. Or vanished. Since the owl comes back, did I guess somewhere I took damage. Not sure where it happened. Bump you into the wall. Yeah, I think point blank would have been better. Good enough. So yeah, there are a few different pet skills in this game. They will give you a little friend who deals passive damage for you. They'll generally attack autonomously of you. Yeah, we want that up close and personal damage. Ooh, bonus damage to a stun target. But no. If we had Wish, though, I'd try to take it. I wonder if you drop an item while you have Wish active and pick it back up, does it become legendary? Or is that only an effect for things like, weapons you buy for a shop or pick up off the ground? It is cheap for a reroll, and just in case, I think I will. Oh. I haven't unlocked point blank. Who do I unlock it from? Drops from corpulent zombies, so I guess we do have a reason to go back to Sepulchre. I guess just do what we were already doing then. We have taken a little bit of damage here and there, so I will do what doesn't kill me. And continue with, No Mercy once again. We don't care about the bank. We care about trying to very quickly finish a run. Boomerang also helps, given that this level is swarming with spinies. Really, it doesn't even have a piercing effect. Boomerang's just that good. The owl also helps with the no mercy effect. Come on. There we go. Hold on, I think my... Yeah, Skrunko's clawing at the door. Let me go take care of that real quick. Sometimes I forget I have the door shut and he really needs to make that escape. The good news is the boomerangs also do come back. So we don't have to be sitting around like an idiot for the entirety of the boss fight coming up. Sometimes I end up doing that. I don't play tactics builds very often, so I forget that that's a thing. Normally you're given plenty enough ammo that you can just get rid of anything that would be one of the regular enemies around here. And time for, once again, very long horizontal hallways. Food shop, but we probably won't need it. We're doing very, very well so far. Heck, I'm even considering potentially carrying the boomerang with us. We will use the stun grenade as it does have a synergy with our boomerang. Both for the extra damage, and later, we might even switch into Heart of Ice, since that would be what we can use instead of Point Blank. Good weapons, but I think our boomerang will work for us just fine for a while. Okay, so to the right from two different ends, it looks like. Ah, only to the right from up there. we still have not put even a single point into tactics. Weird build. I wonder why it's working. Oh, well, speaking of, here's another one of our pet options. I'll go ahead and bring them out for an example. It's a little sword friend who you can equip. Ah, you know what? Forget the stun grenade. Let's go for the double pet meme build. Yep, in fact, that's actually why I stuck with the Serenade, was for the, interaction once we get to the next loading screen. Valmont's Whip. Another one of my favorites, but we won't be using that. It does not synergize with our build. I love the legendary Serenade, just the fact that it makes Serenade last forever. Why does it feel like so many of the pet weapons do so much better on their off colors? There's one time I managed to find a colorless mushroom boy on a brutality build, and for some reason, he seemed way more effective there. Oh wait. Victims freeze nearby enemies when they die. That is a powerful enough effect on its own. First time getting to the spoiler boss was with Serenade. Well, we might even get to it here. We've gotten to the spoiler biome twice so far, but we haven't gotten to the boss right afterwards. And hopefully, with a bit of responsible survival style play, we can get there with most of our flasks intact. That is a ridiculous amount of damage. Yeah, Serenade's just one-shotting everything. Okay, that was the right choice. Since these are two pets, they are essentially constant passive damage on our enemies. That way we don't have to worry about skill cooldowns, or the mental stack of having to remember to use these skills. Ah, it does more damage if it hits a target that you've marked rather than if I hit a target that it has marked. So leading with a single sword swing is what we should be doing. Also, we're allowed to be a bit more evasive with how we use these weapons, since they will attack separately from us and can't be hurt. We can just, you know, dive onto another platform, let our pets take care of the work. A talking sword. It's like I'm playing Dustin Elysian Tale again. I've never gotten 2-time Serenade. I did find a legendary once. but didn't actually find another Serenade on that run. I think that's the entirety of the level cleared out. And pretty cleanly, too. Alright, looks like we found a promising build. Go ahead and sell that for a little bit of extra dosh. And hopefully, we can get ourselves a perfect tier against the concierge. Alright, we'll have to wait for that timer to dial up a bit. We'll hold on to the cells, we'll invest them in the forge immediately afterwards. We've got bonus damage to a poison target on both of these. And not really an easy way to set it up. We might find a different weapon to do that with. Don't need any more mutations. Alright, Evid, are you watching? Because I think you'd get a kick out of this. Here's our little owl friend. And I'd like them to make good friends with Serenade here. Is there something wrong? Oh, right! We can pet the pet. Oh. Serenade doesn't like being pet. Oh. Serenade smacked me for being pet. I didn't even know that. I don't often use pet builds. We'll need to wait a few seconds. We do want both of our pets to refresh. Careful. So far, so good. Ah! We got hit by the aura. Okay, I should basically never try to parry that then. Got it. Concierge is actually one of the hardest bosses to get a perfect on. Just because of how unfair that little aura is. Almost. Don't need that. Don't need that. Ah. I'm upset. We were this close to a legendary. Oh well. It probably would have been something like a legendary lightning that we could have forgotten about. Also, apparently the effect was get a shield when it kills, which I actually see a viable reason for that. And that being, if you have the barrier, you won't take the self-damage. So you could use it to clean out a crowd for just a little bit longer, but I don't think that's worth an entire legendary effect. I wish they all had a unique legendary effect, like the, glyphs will give you a bit of bonus health whenever they inflict a critical hit. literally the only on-color weapon we're using is the shield. Don't need the health shop for now. That is not somewhere we can go. Lightning? Or, what's better in backpack? We skip the cursed chest here. I feel like it would only get off 1 tick of damage. I've never actually tried, backpack lightning. Does it get off a few good zaps, or I feel like it wouldn't even get to the, critical hit stage. Oh! Well, yeah, that actually sounds incredible. Alright, legendary number 2. Please give us something good. Oh. Sorry, Owl. This actually isn't that bad of an idea now. Flamethrower turret, very useful. With this, we can actually keep focusing on the boomerang, since occasionally we'll be able to get a good melee hit off with the Serenade. We can also generally rely on Serenade getting a reliable number of crits, just because of the fact that even against a boss which would survive a lot longer, we'll still get a few extra hits in there. As much as I want to, we don't have a reason. Oh, wow! Yeah, that's a pretty egregious amount of damage there. Sword seems like it would be a good minion weapon in Terraria. Could talk like Lucy, Don't Starve crossover item does, and already does similar to the Terra Prisma from Terraria. Not a bad idea for a crossover weapon. I still like the yo-yo idea we had earlier. Let me guess, another lore room. I was hoping her people could help me, but they don't recognize me anymore. The apostate's hideout isn't far, but I don't know what kind of welcome they reserve for strangers in need of help these days. I wonder if, We found the lore rooms with the foreshadowing for the Queen and the Gardener. I wonder if those were there in their original DLCs or if they were added as a bonus for having both DLCs. Oh, that's cool. Look at the skeleton all the way over there in the background. I don't think I've seen that little set piece. The very high quality pixel art backgrounds in this game always remind me of Starbound. The undodgeable cleaver setup, of course. I mean, not that we'd find anything better. For the meme, why not try to keep going with these? There's also another treasure room we have up here. We can still find a much better weapon to hold in our main hand. Sure, the boomerang is nice, but it is only a boomerang 4. If we could find, say, a ranged weapon with a pretty high breached value, or, ooh, you know, it would be really good. The boy's axe. We could use that to root an opponent away from us. Yeah, Serenade Cleanin' House. I wonder if the root effect would be, disrupted by the Mushroom Boy bumping them around, though. Oh, well, there goes my parry, but I guess he saved me. You can expect the bonus poison damage to basically be constant with how often our Mushroom Boy's gonna be hitting them. Ow. But, very well. Thank you, Mushroom Boy. No bone necessary. Actually, we don't get that bad of DPS from the boomerang either. And given that the Mushroom Boy is very, very likely to be causing a lot of stuns, we might have the only weapons we need. Serenade spreads inflammable oil on the enemy. I like the idea of this. We can reroute it for a few better effects. And I think that's everything done around here. Done so easily. We are not going to need that food shop. And I will still play it safe and avoid using that, I'll avoid using the, cursed chest. We do have a route into the sepulchre here. I'd like to try to see... Yeah, the last stages of bosses, we have pretty much a reliable route between any of them. I'll see if we can get ourselves something good from the sepulchre. Don't need the flamethrower turret. Can we get bonus damage to a poison target and a stunned target? Well... looks like there's nothing else we need there. Do we need tranquility? No mercy is nice. I think I'll go for another reset here. And just so we can play it as safely as possible, go for disengagement and extended healing for any of our emergency cases. 608 DPS. Actually not a bad idea if we're just stacking up all the bonus damage, but we can probably get a little bit more if we just use, Just using no mercy should be fine. And we are an hour in, so break as usual. And I'll see you all in just a couple of minutes. And we return. Another little point of notice here is the mushroom boy is named with an exclamation point, which is very important. It's also spelled with an I rather than a Y. And of course, like with Serenade, we have the exact same thing that would happen. You're so nice to me. I'll follow you until the end. I imagine that's part of more of the sick sense of humor this game deserves. Aw, Mushroom Boy's a liability, but he's trying his best. Okay, only one quote there. Ooh, I got a DM. Alright, now for the level I basically never go through. No. Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Ooh, I see a new legendary weapon. Oh, wait. Right, the darkness. The darkness. So, I literally don't think I've been to that biome in like a year. Yeah, it will still kill me. I completely forgot about that. I literally have not been to that biome in more than a year. Well, try it again. Sorry, Avid, you completely missed the opportunity. And that is exactly how they get ya. Well, I think we still will want to route there anyway, just because we do have a few items we need to find there. It's not a late game run thing, but it was with a specific set of weapons that we had. I will try to replicate it. Luckily, it's not too hard to replicate. I'll inform you when we get it set up again. A shame you missed it the first time. I know you would have loved to see it. Really? Why did that get auto-modded? Oh right, the boot weapons are the gauntlets. That was for the, guacamole stuff, right? I liked Guacamole. I liked that game a lot, actually. I mean, I probably won't have much of a reason to revisit it, but that is going to be one of the games that inspires a lot of my own game design. Never played. It's very much in the vein of this. It's another action Metroidvania game, but it doesn't have any of the roguelike elements. It does have pretty fun combat. It's pretty simple. But, honestly, in my opinion, the combat in that game was way more fun than, Hollow Knight's combat ever was. Similarly enough, you do have attacks that can angle upward and downward, and you get little, combos racked up with it. It is co-op, and actually, the more I think about it, it's going to be very, very close to what I plan on doing with the game. With the boot weapons or gauntlets, so we can wait to set it up. Oh, and would you look at that, we actually already do have an owl friend. Now we just need to find a serenade. Hollow Knight has a vibe. I'll be honest, I never cared much for the story, or most of the gameplay. And honestly, it took my third time playing the game to care to beat it. Both of the first times I got to the Mantis Lords, and I have a hard time enjoying that game, to be honest. Now, don't get me wrong, in terms of every game I've ever played that I thought was like, okay, that is the game I most want to be proven wrong on. And we actually still have a lot of the post-game to go back through, so I still need to find some time to schedule it. See, we already have Pokemonday, so we can't exactly do Metroidvania Monday, can we? Liked more of what was told in the background, like the stuff that gets revealed if you use the one nail upgrade that lets you read their thoughts. Oh yeah, all the little background story stuff. That's what this game does too. Toxic sewers. Yeah, I still have a lot of the post-game content I'd like to go back and beat, and I am willing to give it another, playthrough. I still think it's like a solid 8 out of 10 or so, but, I couldn't see why it was so legendary. I'll take the torch in case we find an oiled sword coming soon. Realistically, it's probably more like a 7 out of 10 if I were to, rate it on something other than a 10-point scale, because if you think about it, 10-point scales suck. What should be in the middle of a 10-point scale is a 5 or a 6. That should be the average run-of-the-mill experience. A lot of people will say, oh, this game is trash unless it's a 9 out of 10 or better. I usually try to get a 7-point scale, actually, for how I usually think about rating games. That way, a 4 out of 7 would be a perfectly average experience. Rating it on there, I would call it a 5 out of 7. Which, thinking about it with a bit more nuance, like maybe a 7 or 7.5 out of 10 for Hollow Knight. I just couldn't find what people loved about it so much. Aesthetically, in terms of like the visuals and stuff, it hits the exact spot it was going for. But a lot of people talk to me about the soundtrack, and I cannot remember a single track from that game. I think not even once did the music stand out to me. Yeah, slightly above average. I'll have to go back and give it a listen again, because I really never had any moment of the soundtrack that stuck out to me. If you played any one of those, if you listed off any song title, of course I wouldn't remember it. But if you played any one of them in my ear, I'd be like, oh, is this from Hollow Knight? And not, oh, that's from Hollow Knight. I am absolutely excited for Silksong, though. Team Cherry does say that, Hollow Knight was a completely rushed budget project. And I would like to see what they put their full passion into. Hollow Knight's music is nice to play in the background if you're trying to chill, but it's not, like, memorable. See, I think I'd remember ambience, but I still can't remember much. I can kind of remember City of Tears, and that's about it. Oh, a legendary already. Is that a cursed sword? Please tell me that's not a legendary cursed sword. Oh, it's a giant killer. Hold up. Is the giant killer even good, though? I guess it's still passable. It'll really help us against the bosses. I never played a Professor Layton game, so I wouldn't know, Avid. We can make use of the giant killer. Yeah, I think I'd fall in love with Hollow Knight if it did a lot of the post-game content. Last stream we had on the game was beating the final boss, and not that I don't want to go back and play it, but we are actually nowadays pretty much running 3 streams a week. Ooh, composition studies. I still need to find some way to do music for my game dev project, but that will probably happen much, much later. Also, we haven't been using the owl this entire time. If we find Serenade, then we can probably get past any of the giant killer's downsides. Over time, I slowly hope to build up some sort of a dev team. Gonna be a bit of a hassle, though. I heard about the, Path of Pain or whatever that was when I was playing Have a Nice Death, actually. So, let me guess, it's a section where you have to bounce with the nail for a very, very long time. You say 3 days, so I imagine it's gonna be one of those, Yota things. Super long, super difficult platforming section. I look forward to it. I'll need to speak to the members in my Discord that were really focusing on that game. I can count at the very least 3 friends that absolutely love that game. And looking for more stuff to do in the post-game, I'd certainly be happy about. I wonder if we could get something for, like, extra burning damage on our giant killer. Or on the Serenade. I'll give you a long warning before we get to the thing, Avid, and I have a feeling it might be a while. Although there might be a skill shop somewhere around here. And welcome, Stella. I will most certainly redeem that hydrate. Gotta make sure the old man doesn't keel over from dehydration. I get it. just need to get over your composing motivation issues and actually practice it rather than just study. You're never happy with your productions. If you would like to, plug yourself in the chat here, Zarf, assuming that I did leave the, links up, I'd love to hear it. As someone who's trying to get into game design myself, I am looking into a lot of other people that are trying to get some amateur work themselves. Granted, I can't yet pay people too much, but I am looking to try to see if I could get some other people that I could maybe commission with a little bit of expendable money. Thank you, Stella. Delighted to see you. If you have a SoundCloud or anything, Zarf, I'd be happy for you to plug it here. And I'll give it a listen. I've got a little bit of stream things to work on tonight, such as, consolidating a lot of the redeem colors and icons and such. Like all of the Dead Cells redeems. There we go. Vampirism is only good late game, and even then, only really on the survival build. Ooh, Valmont's Whip or Grenade. Poisons, bonus damage to a bleeding target. I'll pass. I do want to get into music composition too. Right now, though, my biggest focus should be on getting the gameplay in my game right. It should be fun both in a PvP and PvE sense. Which can be hard to get down. But I can have Dead Cells as an example to go off of. Not Dead Cells. Well, I can use Dead Cells as an example. But, Smash Brothers would be the closest proxy that I could think of for having a good PvE and PvP experience. After all, even if Brawl was, by many definitions, the worst Smash Bros., it did have the best single player. I spilled a little bit of tea with that hydrate earlier, so let me go grab a paper towel real quick, and I'll be right back. Oh, also, I will give Avid that message since we're about to do the thing. See you all in just a few seconds. Wiggle our way back in here. Haven't actually uploaded some of your most recent stuff into SoundCloud. I'd still be delighted to take a listen anytime you have something that you'd be proud of. I do want to see more people trying to get into amateur game development, or indie whatever. After all, indie games are the last bastion of creativity that we have left. Ooh, spreads inflammable oil on the enemy that we can use in conjunction with our torch. We're en route to the corrupted prison, so... alienation and Porcupack. Avid, are you there? Since I know you'd get a kick out of this. Can I pet the owl? Or is the owl not pettable since the owl is not groundborn? The completed stuff you've made has mostly been demos for your demo group's entries to competitions at demo parties. I need to get into a few programming competitions. Or those little, game jams. Those would be fun. Excellent way to exercise the creativity. I can't believe Avid is dead. Oh well, we have one of our, smallest biomes coming up, so hopefully they'll be back by then. Well, it is something that can at least get you familiar with, your work environment, even if it's something you spend only 30 minutes on. Bonus damage to a burning target. Isn't that bad? Kinda funny. Pulling in a whole game team without even trying. See, that's where you gotta be careful. If you, are fighting more than one enemy at a time, your pets can actually make you miss a few important parries. Go on. I need you to kill the crow. I saw a, miasma down here. Oh, that would have been another route through here. Astonished how much damage Serenade does. I might actually have to use it more often. We should probably only need one swing. The critical damage that Serenade does is just fine. And can probably one-shot most of what we come across. Anything to get rid of the slammers, I think is what they're called. Also, wait. Stella, did you just sheesh me? Oh, well, this Serenade is better than the one we're already using. Bonus damage to burning oil and a stunned target. Yeah, that's worth the trade. Samurai crap, you gotta love it. We'll wait on getting that outfit for now. Not too important. Ooh, you know what I wonder? I wonder if you can do kill rhythm with Serenade. Oh, a rift? Nice eye there! Thank you, Zarf. Did they just hit me with the unblockable setup? There we go. Poison has no effect on you versus... I'll keep the little bit of extra health instead. And since we did just take damage, there's no harm in going through one of these. Usually I try to avoid these until after I've cleared everything or already have the 60 hit combo. Or 60 kill streak. Whatever it's called. It's called Untouchable Door by the game, but no one calls it that. With that double damage versus targets covered in burning oil, I actually think we have a potentially very, very frightening damage setup here. We don't want to replace either of our skills for now. Bone's not going to help us. We'll stay with that giant killer for when we end up fighting a boss. Ancient Sewers, or... I still want to do Concierge, just to try to see if we could guarantee another legendary weapon. I found that a lot of my runs have been getting to the end with like 2 or 3 scroll fragments. So you are allowed a little bit of leeway to get there. That will work. Poison. I don't think we have any poison synergy. No. That'll do. And now we have... Ooh, wait. I think Scheme can work with, Let's just wait for that to wear off. Oh, wait. It would be... Oh, is it on a timer? Okay, so Scheme will definitely refresh every time we unequip or re-equip Serenade. So, actually, a pretty hefty amount of damage there. No Serenade for us just yet. You sound like you have a lot of insight into this game, Zarf. Do you, look at a lot of the development stuff, or, It sounds like you'd be part of the official Discord, which I've never stepped into. If there is an official Discord. Health to be saved for later. Who's doing the free? Okay, so that was the frontline shield. We hit one of them. Make me a little bit more red, please. Scheme's also really fun on a grappling hook build I found. Is it just me, or are Brutality's mutations weird? A lot of them seem mostly focused on doing damage to a lot of enemies rather than trying to get a bit of help with bosses. I never really feel like there's good Brutality mutations for the boss rush mode. I mean, I guess scheme under a few specific circumstances, but given that a lot of its mutations give you buffs for killing an enemy, it seems like it's mostly focused towards the biomes. You love to see it. And with that inflammable oil on there, will be pretty violent. Got a lot of extra damage out there. No crypt for me today, thank you. I'll get on the other side of you first. Yeah, just in case there was gonna be an Inquisitor there, for example. You know what? Live and let live. Or, never mind, Serenade coming in to save the day. There's an official Discord. You're in there, but you don't really read it at all. You just tend to pay attention to stats and statistics, and you talk to a few experts on Twitch. I'm not usually watching other people's streams, but I'll have to come in and give you yours a look. I do need to engage with the Twitch side of things a lot more. For the most part, I open up a stream on a routine, but I don't really watch other people's streams or focus too much on trying to get streaming assets, so on and so forth. Dead Cells community is wonderful. The issue is, I do have a lot of games that I play on kind of a rotation, but I never, stick with anything on a weekly basis except for fighting games. Well, and game development, of course, but that hasn't quite taken off yet. There's a lot more that needs to be done in that regard. I should really play this game a lot more often. I've actually picked it back up lately, and had a lot of fun with it. Been playing a lot of Hades as well, which has got me back into the, roguelike vibe overall. Another serenade with inflammable oil. Quite early for Americans. Noted. You did raid me when I was roughly starting, which would have meant probably during normal work hours. I like ice armor, but no. Really? I don't think I've ever seen the Black Bridge spawn on the furthest right column. That's interesting. Funny, I feel like we might have even done more damage with that than what we would have with the Giant Killer. The Giant Killer we only really need for a few bosses, though. Okay, I don't think I've lit those Demolishers on fire once. Do they have a fire immunity, or am I just never actually able to roll through them with a torch? That should be a clear for the area. Ah, we do have a little bit of health back there. Oh, but the teleporter was up top. It's almost 3 a.m. I would advise going to bed if you happen to be, needing to be somewhere tomorrow. Do you have any other, social media profiles? I think I tried, giving a thanks on Twitter the other day, but I don't know if you have a specific Twitter handle. Granted, if you've opted out of that, I completely respect it. I didn't have a Twitter until I started the streaming stuff, and I don't even tweet. I just post whenever I started to stream. You don't have a Twitter, no. Very responsible and intelligent decision. Well, if it happens to be potentially on a weekend or time that I'm otherwise available, I might try to see if I can slip into one of those streams. Only tend to use IRC and Discord. I still need to get IRC. I'm a programmer who, 1, doesn't use Linux, and 2, doesn't use IRC. So, I'm kind of a weirdo. Avid, are you dead again? Hope they're okay. Yeah, I still do want to get, like, properly into Linux. I think there's ways to, figure out a lot of my would-be issues. Really, the only reason I'm on Windows is because that's where most of the gaming is compatible. No perfect here either. Oh, right. I should be using the Giant Killer, which takes out some rather egregiously large chunks. Yeah, lose that rhythm once, you never get it back. starting using Linux around the aughts, so that would be quite, old fart status. It was only around 2011 or so that I would have been able to get, well, my first computer that was mine and mine only. I do have a friend that uses Linux. I could get some help with them. Set up Wine if I ever need to be doing some Windows gaming. No legendary. Oh, right. Dump all of our cells here. That is the work we must complete. Slumbering Sanctuary. I like the idea, but no. We will go for something that, why not? Wait. You can get to Slumbering Sanctuary through Black Bridge? Didn't know that one. Yeah, during that time as well. I was mostly a console gamer. So I missed the rise of stuff like World of Warcraft or, the very first iterations of Steam. That would be the health shop, which we are electing to skip. Okay, idea. We will be getting that cursed chest, but we need to clear out an area to the closest teleporter first, because it will be a lot easier to deal with the enemies. What we want to avoid are all the traps. Here's actually one of the spots that we can reliably fight through. Let's see. I think heading left from the cursed chest would be a bit easier. Ah, Abid, you're back. You will have to wait until we beat this level, though. It's something that can only be done in the rest area between levels. You had 2 MS-DOS computers you set up with your flatmate on your kitchen table, so you mostly played very old games. Only time I ever had to use MS-DOS was on my old, Windows 98 computer, trying to play MechWarrior 2. I think we might be able to get to the right side one easier. If we head up to the top here, given that we've already triggered a lot of the traps, we should have a relatively safe jump over here. Then over here. There. Avoid the bombs. Looks like we got the bombardier. Illegal Scorpion shouldn't be here. Oh, hello. The demon outfit. Which, apparently I'm not getting from a demon? Question mark. There's actually a lot of situations in this game where you don't get a weapon from who you'd expect to get it from. Like the, what is it called? The hemorrhage axe. You don't get from the enemy that throws axes. It's their cosplay. Actually, I wouldn't really have a way to disagree there. I think you're onto something, Avid. I do love me a good swift sword. But giant killer for emergencies, which we should really use a lot more. Actually, you know what? We can't put a giant killer in the backpack, correct. So, since we're not using that, and we can probably get a lot more damage off of responsible oil usage. There we go. I think that would actually be a much better way to get high DPS on here. Ooh. See, I want to take the vampirism, but since Avid took way too long to get here, I can't, since I still have to show them the thing. Hemorrhage is actually not a status effect, it's the name of a weapon. And it is a throwing axe that causes bleed over time. It's fine, Avid. Vampirism isn't good unless it's on a survival build anyway. I'm just teasing you. I hope you know that. Welcome, Aaron. You're here just in time to watch the show. I will take that. All the extra health and damage I could ever need. It's always time to drown Xander. Thank you. I will definitely take that hydrate. Random weapons. I wonder if we could get a better torch here. Oh, dear. I spilled more again. Such is life. Welcome back, Kayla. Can't be done here, Avid. It has to be done in the loading screen between levels, not while in a shop. That's not the end of the level right there. That's just an intermittent pause from a shop. But what do you think of our little sword friend, Avid? Do you like our little sword friend? And the owl. Such a wonderful team they make, don't they? We got a little bit down here, I guess. Just a shocker. Welcome, Siphon! Glad you can make it. Since we are doing dead cells here, we have Hades scheduled for tomorrow. Parry that. Ooh, knockback shield. This is the best action roguelike, Avid, and I'll let you in on a little bit of insight. Reason why I thought Hades was kind of okay, as well as why I probably didn't have as much of a reaction to Hollow Knight is because I played Dead Cells before I played either of those two games. So once you've had prime rib for free, it's hard to go back to choking down hot dogs. Or whatever it was that Handsome Jack said in that game. Third least favorite shield. I think it's okay on Tranquility builds. What's the shield I hate the most? I can't even say it's the Force Shield, because I want that one to actually be good. And I think it just has a very weird set of circumstances. It's one of those things that you can't think the same, like you do with a bunch of other weapons. Also, I don't know if that's a glitch or if the grappling hook explicitly only spawns with arrows and your targets come back. I swear it used to have like inflammable oil and a bunch of other effects. Play Hollow Knight every day. Well, I imagine you're quite excited for Silksong then. As am I. Roll through here. Alright, that is everything taken care of. We do not need any more health anymore. No need for health, no need for the malaise. You know what? We don't have the Hunter's Grenade, so when we get down to, yeah, when we get down to, here, we'll go ahead and go for the Clock Tower for the easiest route through. We also don't need Alienation, since I don't think we'll be taking any more, let's see. I don't even know if we need Porcupine anymore. We don't have the lifesteal as long as you have a speed boost. Which I forget where we get that one. Leave that one on pause. We will definitely want Scheme because that synergizes with Serenade far too well. Vengeance, no, because we're trying to not take damage. We're not going to go for curses anymore, so Alienation will not help us. I guess No Mercy kind of works. And Disengagement just in case. Now, Avid. So, you like our little, owl friend, right, Avid? And you love our little sword friend, right? Let's see what happens when they're not in the middle of combat. Is something wrong? That's not nice. Let me bring the owl back. Oh, really? You're gonna play nice now? So, Serenade might be a little bit jealous. Before we begin, I will take another quick bathroom break, and we'll be right back. I'll let y'all vibe to the music, actually. So instead of going to our BRB, I'll just slip down here. Wait, okay, what were you missing there? I guess it's not gonna happen. We'll wait for Serenade to respawn. Just angrily bark at us and vanish. Alright. Yes, I know I'm off the screen. You know, I'll let that cooldown pass. I'll be right back. But that's not what I'm trying to show you, Avid. Okay, it's not about what Avid says. Or, well, it's not about what Serenade says, Avid. Funny how I always block the minimap, but that's the least important part of the screen y'all need to see. So, we have our owl pet here, correct, Avid? Now if I summon Serenade... What happened to our owl? Simple, Avid. The sword is a little bit jealous. You say tsundere, but might even be a little bit, yandere, if you catch my drift. Oh, right. Always a treasure down there. We will not be using that one. Also, now we won't need the owl anymore, so we can go ahead and pick up another item. Yeah, I pretty much rarely go by the clock tower too. Looks like we're going to be taking a lot of damage. Good thing we picked up disengagement. Okay, I think this build can work. Finally got to use Tornado with Maw of the Deep. So what does that do uniquely? Oh, wait. There's a Sharknado meme, isn't yep, there's a Sharknado meme. That's something for us to build very soon, because I didn't know that. Does this mean the Maw of the Deep is actually viable? Random weapons. Not too much we need better than here. Yeah, Maw of the Deep is still very, very unviable. I wonder why all the survival weapons they've come out with recently have just been extremely slow. Get rid of that. Yeah, it's ridiculously slow. What I found is there's a lot of survival weapons that suddenly boost up to actually quite viable if you do a kill rhythm with ice shards. Yeah, the legendary one's hilarious, but not very good. There's that. There's the oven axe, which is also pretty useless. Yeah, I think I did actually get that video in my recommendations too. Think about it. Do you guys think we can reliably get 10 hits in on a boss? I'm willing to give it a try. Plus the extra damage resistance helps. We have some pretty fast weapons here. Did I play the boss rush? Yes. Yeah, I think we did that last week. I still want to get up to level 3 on stream, because getting Wish would make for a few very, very fun runs. You gonna teleport to me? Yep, no more owl. Vampirism's not good against the clock boss, though. Did we gain or lose health during that exchange? I think we lost health. And Serenade's not gonna help us very much when we're trying to do vampirism. Like, maybe against a boss, but we're not gonna get enough hits in. So yeah, vampirism was also kind of a bad idea. As much as I love using it for a bit of accessible healing, but we are late enough into the game. I think we'll be fine without it. Do we have a good skill here? No, we do not. This is one of the best sounding stages in the game. Indeed, Abbott. Let's head our way back up here. Now what would be cool would be if we could find an off-color taunt or a colorless tonic. But I don't think we'll be face tanking too much. Ooh. Yeah, that's not gonna get us much health back. Tisk tisk. That looks to be pretty much the whole area cleared out. Hello, Toster. Unfortunately, I do not speak Russian. Let's go over here. Let's see, what would be better? Oh, well, I mean, what's stopping us? Yeah, I think that'll be fine. There's our passageway out of here. I think instead of, No Mercy, we might want, the Survival Flask, the one with all the extra health. Alright, double pet again. Let me guess, he does the exact same thing here. And then after this, I don't think we'll need another reset. So, extended healing, disengagement, and scheme. Let me guess, same thing. Ah, Serenade. Why are you like this? I think we can get by with using one of these. Serenade, you silly goose. Why you gotta be chopping up all my pets? Come here. That is a lot of damage. And thank you, Serenade. I should have let you start off that battle. And... Actually, the same damage, but without the burning oil damage buff, so no. I like the idea of using one of the lifesteal weapons, but I think it's better if we try to get along without. Yeah, game just hands you a yandere sword. I do need to refill my tea, so I will slip out for just a moment, and we'll be right back. Dump all of those in there. We are almost to 30. Go ahead and have that outfit blueprint. Don't need anything reforged. Derelict Distillery sucks. We will head right on to High Peak Castle. All right, here we go. We're gonna make it this time. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And to that end, I think we can afford to play it incredibly safe until we get to that final boss. As expected, not really any better weapons here. I do love the balanced blade, but no, not here. Sick 'em. Gotta be careful about those parries. So, the leg hugger runs up to people and bites their leg. He does a little bit of passive damage over time. Yeah, I don't think he's helping us that much. Is there a better skill we could use, though? I don't think there's anything that can help us tank much. He's useful if you have a bleed build. Yes, it would be you if you were a pet in this game. You'd run up, bite people, and make them bleed. I guess fire grenade is just better, since we have so many ways to spread inflammable oil. Ah, he's evolving. Allegedly, that's still a pretty decent bit of DPS from him. Well, there he goes evolving right there. We need something that enhances our survivability. Demons down. There we go. That's a good lad. Although, yeah, I guess he isn't doing too much. Oh yeah, the achievement to have the leg hugger kill the shrimps. He is a Scrimblow Bemblow, and honestly that's one of the reasons I'm electing to still use him. Plus, come on, we've got an extra set of eyes here. Extra bit of health is more important. Disengagement is active again, so worst case scenario, we should be okay for a bit. We might have actually died if he landed that hit. Well, there's our chance to pop it. And don't drop it. Are you kidding me? Through the wall. I wonder why we're taking so much damage. I swear, 5 BC is not supposed to be this hard. Alright, yeah. We're gonna look for a skill shop immediately. Serenade's doing work. The leg hugger, not so much. All that damage to a target covered in burning oil, plus a defense buff sounds promising. As much as I love you, Mushroom Boy, you are not off-color, and you will not help us. down here, run up here. I don't know if this would be a more reliable way to get, flammable oil on people. Overall, I think the bonus damage that the cleaver does will make up for that difference. After all, we really only need to get basically one torch hit on someone every few seconds. We are still looking for a shop, so that is our priority. Also, we really should just use the shield more often. There could be a shop off to the right there. That looks like a lore room. Yeah, we replaced Leg Hugger with a saw blade trap. Nothing's gonna be better. Darn shame there's no food shop here either. More lore. Okay, here we go. Another chest, and no more scrolls. So just for the sake of preserving as much HP as possible. Yeah, there's one in the spoiler biome. I was trying to make sure we were prepared for Hand of the King. But looks like that's not happening. Alright, let's see if all my practice with Hand of the King can help me here. And hopefully, we can get through the spoiler boss without needing to use 2 flasks. Alright, everything's already set up. Thank you, Zarf. I'm going to need it. Wait for Serenade. 5 seconds should be good enough. Hydrate taken, Kayla. Thank you. I parried that. Already. Well, you miss one parry and that's what's gonna happen. Hot take, spoiler boss actually isn't all that hard. Here comes the big one. And that should be the end. Serenade, please do the work. We have one more flask and another 50% HP to grab in the next biome. So, let's hope we can make it work. Guess that's not gonna help too much. Nope, we're not done yet, Kayla. We got one more to go. And another quick bathroom break. Skibbity whoop. Right, I muted myself. That was me, redeeming the hydrate and the stretch. And the posture check. Brrr. Spoiler biome. Once more into the breach. This is the third time we've been here. Hopefully, this is the time we beat it. We'll want to try to play defensively, very responsibly while we're here. This is the point where we must play cautiously. Thank you, James. Please don't attract the attention of the librarian. Thank you, Serenade. Take those right now. I actually never used the 8-bit music, funny enough. Come here. Malaise will be the death of us. These are the guys we have to approach most cautiously. I'm almost tempted to buy the cough syrup. We might want to do that now, especially because yeah, right now it's not going to be ticking up quite as fast. We have eliminated a lot of the enemies in the area. I hate you. We'll wait because we don't want to build up too much malaise just yet. Maybe there's a better torch in here. Well, we've just spent all our money anyway, so not much to worry about. Although, Firebrand might be a bit better than a torch. It'll be much easier to apply fire from a distance. Oh lord, he's scrunkling. How are we getting over there? From the adjacent tower, I believe. Yeah, actually, I think firebrands might be a better idea than the torch. We'll be able to apply fire from a distance very reliably with it. Oh, the grenades. Always the grenades. Don't try to parry, just avoid. Okay, fine. Hi, useless. And bye, useless. Okay, keep Serenade out for those fights. Got it. Slightly less health, actually. Okay, fine. Attack me while I'm trying to do some math and analysis here, why don't you? I will take the slightly bonus damage, though. Yeah, Hades is gonna be tomorrow. Please do your thing, Serenade. Nothing near what we need. I'll still keep you in the backpack just in case. Wait, no, we were looking for the food, which was over here. Yep, Kayla, this is the part where the game gets really, really rough. This is the final level, after all. That still doesn't put us above the, wait. Okay, we are above the one-hit kill protection. You're kidding me. Oh, come on. Thunder Shield I will take. Ooh, a little bit more health. That one will probably give us a little bit more health. Well, no flasks for the final boss then. Okay. You know what, I'm not doing that without the firebrand. Which was over here at the corner. We should have enough money to buy it now. That's a much better way to initialize a fight. Okay, yeah, that'll be way better. I hate Slammer so much. You try to set up a safe approach. I think that would be the strategy. Just no hit the spoiler boss. Easy, forehead. It's not like I somehow managed to perfect the queen, too. That one, though, was, Rhythm and Bazooki. Do we have enough keys? We're gonna have to face the dual slammers up there, of course. Nope, got the anxiety. Y'all have fun. I'm gonna go look for someone who's better at dead cells. That is about 3 hours this evening, though. I do need to get a lot more practice off stream, apparently. And noted for the future, brutality sucks. So I might just go back to the good old reliable, survival after this point. I don't know. Brutality I can never get to work. I think I've beaten the game with like survival 8 times and then tactics twice. I don't know how you do it. Although we were kind of running with kind of an unoptimal set for quite a while. Survival's my usual go-to. Anywho, Hades tomorrow, unless you guys would like to see more Dead Cells instead. Do let me know in the Discord. Other than that, though, I will angrily try to practice this game off stream now. And instead of raiding a friend, why don't we search for whoever's doing some Dead Cells right about now? Yeah, none of my friends are based enough to be playing Dead Cells, so... Ooh, Twitch integration. That'll be fun. Yeah, I think that'll work. Go ahead and give Jay a good old-fashioned... do we want to call it something Dead Cells related? For first introduction, might as well call it a science raid. Or Scrimbler raid? Brutality raid? Serenade raid? Maybe? I like the idea of a serenade raid. Let's do that. Alright, I will gladly see you all tomorrow. You do have the chance to, if you are in my Discord, go ahead and tell me y'all want to see some more Dead Cells tomorrow instead of Hades. And I'll be very, very happy to provide. This is my absolute favorite game, after all. So, I'll go ahead and get preparations done for that. Might do a bit of stream work. I do still need to get some more, practice with this game too. I might stick with survival. Survival gives me a lot of health back, lots of parries, and just generally a lot more survivability. Thank you, Kayla. It was super fun. All right. Now who's it? That J. Yeah, let's do that then. I'll see you all tomorrow. Oh, right. We have to do the bit. Thank you everyone for your attendance. Class is dismissed. And remember the Serenade raid. Oh, and if the emote isn't working, still Serenade raid. The Xander Gremlin wasn't working last time we tried, but give it a try anyway.